Fourth one. Now let's talk about the basic formulas we need to know. Hi class, it's me again, Sir Kev'z. Welcome back to our growing YouTube channel. At sa mga bago pa dyan at hindi pa nakasubscribe, welcome! Now for today's discussion, let's talk about the first topic in analytic geometry, which is lines. Okay, let's talk about lines. Now this is how it looks like. First, let's talk about the very basic definition of a line. Second one, let's talk about the general equation of a line. Third, let's talk about the difference between lines, rays, line segment, okay? Fourth one, let's talk about the very basic formulas we need to know in studying lines, like the distance formula, midpoint of a line segment, and lastly, the slope. Of course, there are lots of formulas we need to know about lines, but let us just focus on that three in this topic, okay? And lastly, let's talk about the four basic equations of a line. First one, the slope-intercept form, two-point form, the point-slope form, and lastly, the intercepts form. Okay? At the end of this discussion, let's try to solve some few exercises. I will be giving you an assignment where in fact, I'll be giving a cash prize or a load at your kung saan mo gusto. And lastly, a summary of this discussion. So without further ado, let's have this. And wait. If medyo nahahabaan ka sa 30-minute video ko, then maybe you can check the description below so that you will know where to skip. If gusto mo mag-assignment, that is fine with me. You can answer it right away and claim your prize. Thank you. Now, let's talk about the very basic definition of a line. So by definition, at least 2 points will determine a line. So you have 2 points, you will connect them, then you will have a line. Simple as that. And also, according to its general equation, the general equation of a line is ax plus by plus c is 0, where a is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, and c is any constant, any real number. Okay? Now, let's talk about lines, rays, and line segment. Without further ado, let's have this. Okay, let's have this. Okay, by definition of a line, 2 points will determine a line. So, you have 2 points, you connect them, then you already have a line. Okay, by the way, in a line, there are 2 arrows. Okay, 2 arrows will signify that it will extend up to infinity. Okay, it will continue to this, it will continue to this. It will not stop. Okay, tatagos yan sa whiteboard natin. On the other hand, we have this ray. Okay, when you say ray, it is a semi-infinite line because we know where it starts, but it will continue up to infinity. Okay, and lastly, we have this line segment. Okay, meaning it is just a segment of a line. It is just a part of a line. So dots lang, wala siyang arrow kasi part lang siya. It could be this part, could be this part, it could be this one, or it could be this one. Again, it is just a segment of a line. Okay? And now let's talk about the distance formula. So distance formula is square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, in the distance formula, it is derived from the Pythagorean theorem, okay, the right triangle. So let's assume this is the line segment, and we wish to find d, which is the distance or the length of this line segment. So let's assume this is point x1 and this is point x2, and let's assume this is also point y1 and this is point y2. Now this length x, okay, length x is just equivalent to x2 minus x1, okay, and on the other hand, y, this length y, okay, this one is just equivalent to y2 minus y1. So assuming d is the hypotenuse, so d is just equivalent to x squared plus y squared, where x and y is x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 quantity squared. So it will just go back to here. So Pythagorean theorem lang ang proof of this formula. Now let's have an example. So say for example we have point P, which is 3 and 5, and point Q, which is, let's say, 10 and 7. So we wish to find point or line segment, the distance of line segment PQ. So again, by definition, D is just equivalent to x sub 2 minus x sub 1. This is x sub 2, x sub 1, 10 minus 3 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1, 7 minus 5 quantity squared. So 10 minus 3 is 7, 7 squared plus 2 squared. So 7 squared is 49 plus 4, which is equivalent to square root of 53 units. Okay, don't forget to put units because it is a distance, it is a length. So final answer. Okay, now let's have this midpoint of a line segment. Okay, when you say midpoint, it is just the middle point of this line segment, which is denoted as capital M, X bar, and Y bar. Now say for example we have this line segment PQ with the points X1 and X1, Y1 and X2, Y2, and the midpoint, which is something in between of this PQ, which is, say for example, this point. We denote that as X bar and Y bar. Now to solve the X bar and Y bar, all we have to do is just get the average of the two, X2 plus X1 over 2, and lastly Y bar is just Y2 plus Y1 over 2. Okay, now let's have an example. Say for example P is 7 and 10 and Q is 4 and 5. Now to get the X bar is X1 plus X2, which is 7 plus 4 over 2, which is 7 plus 4 is 11, so 11 over 2. Now how about Y bar? Y bar is just Y2 plus Y1, 10 plus 5 or 5 plus 10 over 2, which is 15 over 2. So therefore the middle point is 11 to 15 over 2. Okay? So, madali lang, di ba? Now let's talk about slope of a line. Okay? When you say slope of a line, it measures how steep the line is. So when you say slope, it is how tilted yung line natin. It is denoted as small letter m. Okay, by equation, m is just y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Also known as the rise, which is the y, run, which is the x, y, x. And also, we can solve for m using tangent theta, where theta there is the angle between the horizontal axis and our line. So, the angle between them. So, y tangent theta. Okay, according to trigonometry, if we will review it, tangent theta is just the opposite over adjacent. So what is the opposite of theta? Which is the y, okay, which is the rise. And the adjacent of theta is the x, which is the run. Still, it will follow rise over 1. Okay, take note of these two equations. Okay, how about this? I have I have few reminders from you. Okay, we have the so-called angle of inclination and angle of depression. So when you say angle of inclination, it is the angle above the horizontal or the horizon, and the angle of depression is the angle below the horizon or the horizontal axis. So para mas madali, so when you are feeling depressed, you are feeling low. So depression, low. Okay? Para mas madali. Okay, how about this? If we have a horizontal line, automatically the slope is 0, and if we have a vertical line, the slope is undefined. Automatic yan. Take note of that. Okay? Okay. Okay, moving on. And now let's talk about equation of a line. Okay? In this chapter, I'll be introducing to you 4 equations of a line. First one, we'll be talking about slope-intercept form. We are given a slope and y-intercept. That's why slope-intercept. So it is in a form y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So take note of this. Next one is we have this point-slope form. We are given a point and a slope. So it is in the form y minus y sub 1 is equivalent to m times x minus x sub 1, where x1 and y1 are the point. Okay? Next one, we have this 2-point form. We are given 2 points. Okay? Dalawang points. It is in the form y minus y sub 1 equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 times quantity x minus x sub 1. Take note, si point slope form and si 2-point form magkapareha lang. Itong y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x sub 1 is just this slope. It's just that hindi directly slope ang binigay sa atin, but rather 2 points where we can still solve the value of m. And lastly, we have this intercept form. Okay? When you say intercept form, we are given the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So, it is in a form x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Where a is the x-intercept and b is the y-intercept. Madali lang. Under x is the x-intercept. Under y is the y-intercept. Equal 1. So, a is the x-intercept and b is the y-intercept. Now, let's have an example one by one. Okay? Let's go. Now, let's talk deeper about slope-intercept form, where it is in the form y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope, b is the y-intercept. Now, given these parameters, we will try to make an equation out of this. We will make it as a slope-intercept form. So, solution for A, since the slope and the y-intercept are already given, all we have to do is just plug in the values. So y mx plus b is just y 5x plus 7. Okay, easy as that. How about this? In B, we are given the general equation of a line. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Now, all we have to do is just manipulate this to form it like this. So, manipulating, so 2y is just equivalent to negative 4x plus 6. Okay? Now, dividing both sides by 2, magiging y is just equivalent to negative 2x plus 3, where the slope is negative 2 and the y-intercept is positive 3. Okay. Lastly, okay, same as well. General equation, convert into slope-intercept form. So, by manipulation, negative 10y equals negative 7x minus 5. Now, dividing both sides by negative 10, magiging y is equivalent to 7 over 10 x plus 1/2, where the slope is 7 over 10 and the y-intercept is 1/2. Okay? Very easy. Now let's have this. Let's talk about 2-point form and point slope form. Again, si 2-point form at si point slope form, magkapareho lang. Okay? Walang masyadong difference. It's just that si 2-point form is medyo mano-mano. Si point slope form is diretso given yung slope. Or it depends on the given situation. Now, say for example, we are given 2 points, P and Q. P is 7, 6, and Q is 10 and 5. Okay? Out of this given, we will make two equations. Okay, so solution, okay, y minus y sub 1 is equivalent to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 times x minus x sub 1. Okay, again, before I proceed for my solution, in choosing which is x1, x2, y1, and y2 in this, you can choose any of these two, p of q. All you have to do is just be consistent in your solution. Okay, be consistent with regards to your assignment. Okay, so say for example my y1 is 6, so y minus 6 equivalent to y2 5 minus 6 over 10 minus 7 times x minus 7. If you choose q as your x1 and y1, then there's nothing wrong. We will be having same output at the end. Now in here, we already have the 2-point form. Okay, this is the 2-point form. Now if we wish to combine this or to simplify this, y minus 6 equivalent to negative 1 over 3 times x minus 7, then we will be having the point slope form. Ito. From 2-point form, combining this, we will be having the point slope form, where the m, the slope, is negative 1/3. Okay? Now, if we wish to combine this more, okay, further simplification, okay, we will be having the general equation. So let's have this. Y minus 6 is equivalent to negative 1/3 times x minus 7. Multiply 3 both sides. So we will get rid of this 3. So magiging 3y minus 18. Magiging negative x, okay, be careful, plus 7. Now, x plus 3y, negative 18, transform 7 to here, magiging minus 7, negative 18, minus 7, magiging negative 25 is equal to 0. So this will be the general equation of the line. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So from 2-point form, magiging point slope form, and further simplification, magiging general equation. Okay? Okay, madali lang. And lastly, let's talk about the intercepts form. Okay, the not so common form, okay, out of the four, where it is in the form x over a plus y over b equals to 1, where a and b must not be equal to 0, and a and b are the x and y intercepts respectively. Okay, let's try this. Let's try to solve this. Given this graph, let's form an equation out of this. So of course, let's put the equation x over a plus y over b equals 1. The x-intercept here is the point 7,0. When you say x-intercept, the point where it touches the x-intercept, x-axis rather. And of course, the y-intercept, the point where it touches the y-axis. So this is the x-intercept for it touches the x-axis. So x over 7 plus y over, what is the y-intercept? 5. 5 equals 1. Okay? Okay. And take note, when you say x-intercept, automatically y is 0. And when you say y-intercept, the x is 0. Now, how about number 2? Okay? Number 2. This is an answer for number 1. And in number 2, we are given a general equation where the x and y intercepts are not given. So what we are going to do is, of course, let us solve for the x and y intercept, or the a and b. So for solving the x-intercept, all we have to do is equate y into 0. Why? It is because if it touches the x-axis, the value of y is 0. And if it touches the y-axis, the value of x is automatically 0. Take note of that. So in finding x-intercept, we let y is equivalent to 0. So this will become 0. So 3x minus 6 equals 0. 3x equals 6. So x is equivalent to 2. So the x-intercept is 2, 0. On the other hand, in solving for the y-intercept, we let x is 0, since the value of x in the y-axis is 0. So 3x plus 4y minus 6 is 0. So this is 0 since the value of x is 0. So 4y minus 6 is 0. 4y equals 6. Y is just 6 over 4, which is 3/2, okay, which is 1.5. So the y-intercept there is 0, 1.5. Now, to have our equation, so x over a plus y over b is 1. So our equation will become x over 2 here, our x-intercept, plus y over y-intercept, 1.5 equals 1. So this is our final answer. Okay? Madali lang, di ba? Okay class, let's try to solve these 4 problems. If you wish to, you can solve this on your own. You can pause this video and try to check if magkapareho tayo ng sagot. Okay? Now, for number 1. Okay, let's put here the answers. And here is the solution. Now for number 1, the midpoint of a line segment PQ is 3, 4. If abscissa of P is 4 and ordinate of Q is -2, find the points P and Q. Okay? So, I suggest let's draw first para mas madali natin siya ma-visualize. So, this is PQ, line segment PQ, according here, where the abscissa of P is 4. By the way, class, what is abscissa? Abscissa is the x-coordinate. Okay? X-coordinate. So, para mas madali natin ma-memorize, abscissa, absiksa. Okay? Absiksa. Of course, ordinate, wala namang x dyan. Like, pangit naman pakinggan if ordinates. Diba? Wala. So, of course, para mas madali, abscissa, x. So, 4. Pero, unknown si y sub 1. On the other hand, si Q, given si y, which is -2, pero unknown si x sub 1. And we are given the midpoint, which is 3 and 4. So for our solution for that, now x bar, so the formula for x bar is x1 plus x2 over 2, where x sub 1 is 4 and x sub 2 is unknown. So let's find x sub 2 over 2, which is equal to 3. Now, transposing 2 on the other side, magiging 4 plus x plus 2 is x, and x sub 2 is positive 2. So, x sub 2 is positive 2. Ilagay natin dito 2. Okay. Let's erase this. Now, let's solve for y sub 1. To solve for y sub 1, let's use the y bar. So, y bar is just y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2, which is y1 plus -2 minus 2 over 2 is 4. Rearranging, magiging 8 is y1 minus 2. So, y1 is just 8 plus 2, which is 10. Okay, so si y1 daw is 10. Okay. So, for answer for number 1 is P is 410. On the other hand, Q is 2, -2. Okay. Let's erase this. Now, how about number 2? find A and B such that the midpoint of line segment PQ is, where P is A2 and Q is 1B, is negative 3, 4. Okay, for number 2, solution for 2. Okay, let's write the given. So we have the midpoint, which is negative 3 and 4, where P is A and 2 and Q is 1B. Now we are asked to find the value of A and B. Again, let's just use the formula for the x bar and y bar since we are given the midpoint. So x bar, so I will just straight to the point. So x bar is just negative 3 given A plus 1 over 2. Rearranging, magiging negative 6 is A plus 1. Therefore, A is negative 6 minus 1, magiging negative 7. So A is negative 7. Now y bar, solving for y bar, given that y bar is positive 4, which is 2 plus B over 2. The rearranging, magiging 8 is 2 plus B. Ito, ilalagay natin dito. Then, B is just 8 minus 2, which is 6. So, B is just positive 6. So, the answer for number 2 is A is negative 7 and B is positive 6. Okay. Now, let's erase this. Now, for number 3, find the slope and y-intercept of y equals 6. So, let us graph y equals 6. So, solution. So, solution for number 3. Sabi dito, y equals 6. Let us find for the m and the y-intercept. To graph y equals 6, so assuming this is positive y and positive x, sabi dito, y is equal to 6. Meaning, the value of y is 6 regardless what is the value of x. So, the graph of y equals 6 is this. So, if this is 6, then this is the graph of y equals 6. Okay, this is our line. Y equals 6. Now take note, this is a horizontal line. Okay, what is the slope of a horizontal line? The slope is automatically 0. Then the y-intercept, okay, the point where it touches the y-axis is 6, which is 6, or it could be, to be exact, 0, 6. Okay? Okay. So the answer for number 3 is m is 0, y-intercept 6, or 0, 6. Pili ka lang dyan sa dalawa. Now, number 4. We are down to our final problem. Find the equation of the line where the angle of inclination is pi over 2 rad and passes negative 5, negative 5. Meaning, the angle between the horizontal axis and our line is pi over 2. Let us convert first pi over 2. Theta, which is pi over 2. Okay, rad. Now, let us convert rad into degrees first by multiplying 180 over pi. So, cancel. The theta is just 90 degrees. So, the angle of inclination down is 90 degrees. So, technically, if we will graph that, so this is the angle of inclination, 90 degrees. And it passes negative 5, negative 5. So, meaning, our line is a vertical line and it passes negative 5, negative 5. So, if we will graph that, so this is positive x, negative x, positive y, negative y. So assuming this is negative 5, negative 5, so this is the point negative 5, negative 5, and we have a vertical line since the angle between the theta is 90 degrees. So this is our line, a standing line or a vertical line. So this is the graph. Now since this is a standing line, this is a vertical line, meaning the equation of this is just x equals negative 5, meaning the value of x is negative 5 regardless of the value of y. So if the value of y is 10, still the value of x is negative 10. If the value is of 20, still the value of y is just negative 5. So that's why the equation of the line is just x equals negative 5. So the answer for number 4 is, equation of the line is x equals negative 5. Okay? Okay, this is our final answers. Now try to check if magkapareho tayo ng sagot. And now to keep you motivated to study, I will be giving 20 pesos worth of load or cash sa first 5 na makakasagot sa assignment natin. Okay? And dapat perfect, all or nothing. And of course, if nakinig ka sa video natin, sa discussion natin, nag-take down notes ka, these problems are very easy. Okay? Easy peasy, easy money. Okay, number 1, find the value of k such that the distance from 3 negative k and 9 3k is 5k. Number 2, find the distance from 1, 2 to the midpoint of the line segment whose endpoints are negative 1, negative 3, and negative 3, and negative 5. Number 3, find the equation of the line given a angle of inclination is 5 pi over 6 rad and ordinate of the y-intercept is negative 4. And what if the slope is negative 3/4 and passes through the midpoint of the line segment connecting negative 4, 2 and 3, negative 3. Okay? All you have to do is just subscribe to my channel and send your complete solution to my Facebook account, Kevin and Belza, na makikita niyo dito sa screen. Okay? Madali lang. Thank you. Now, before we end this discussion, let us summarize first what we talk about, diba? At least ma-refresh yung mga pinag-aralan natin. Now, first one, okay, 2 distinct points will determine a line. So, you have 2 points, you connect them, then you have a line. Okay? This is a line, this is a ray, and this is a line segment. Okay? Take note the difference of the 3. Now, second one, the general equation of a line is ax plus by plus c is 0. Okay? This is called the linear equation. It is because linear. So, the exponent is just 1. Third, the distance formula of the 2 points is d square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 quantity squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 quantity squared. Okay. Number 4, the midpoint of the line segment, which is denoted as capital M, x bar y bar, where the x bar is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2, and y bar is y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. Okay. Number 5, take note the angle of inclination is the angle above the horizontal axis, and the angle of depression is the angle below the horizontal axis. Okay, para mas dali, basta depression, when you are feeling depressed, you are feeling low. So, pag depression, angle below. Okay, how about this? The slope of a line denoted by small m, which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Or it could be, if you are given theta, which is the angle between the horizontal axis and the line, okay, that is the theta, then we can use tangent theta, TOA, opposite over adjacent, which is just the rise over m. Okay? Okay. And take note, by the way, class, if meron tayong horizontal line, the slope will automatically be 0. If vertical line, then the slope is undefined. Take note of that. Okay, and lastly, let's talk about the equation of a line. Okay, class? By the way, in choosing the equation of the line, choose what is best depende sa given. Again, depende sa given. If we are given a slope and an intercept, then we use the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, b is the y-intercept. If we are given 2 points, then we use this. Y minus y sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, which is just the slope, times quantity x minus x sub 1. Or if we are given point slope, then we use this. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. And lastly, if we are given the intercepts, the x and y intercepts, then we use the intercept form, which is x over a, which is the x-intercept, plus y over b, which is the y-intercept, equals 1. Again, choose what is best depende sa given. Okay? And also, don't forget to answer our assignment to win 20 pesos worth of load or cash. Thank you. See me on the part 2. Bye-bye.